that man truly loved God, he would do what? They laid down with their woman. What would he do? He would marry her. That would show God that he would. And that same woman that laid down, she would marry that man. She would agree to this, correct? Because they love the Most High. Now, if we don't do these things, we're showing the Most High that we hate him. It's that simple. Quick, I'm gonna show you in another light how big that one commandment is. That was to be kept in our society, in our neighborhoods, in our household, within our nation. Just think about that. How many brothers and sisters do you know running around, laying down, sleeping with multiple men and multiple women? How many of them being raised without a father in the household? Or having 2 and 3 baby mamas or 2 and 3 baby dads? Household, all these different kids, all these different fathers. Or kids growing up without the father. Or without the mother. Think about all that. Now, one man laid down with that woman and he was passionate about keeping or loving the Lord, he would marry that woman. They would raise that family to love God. And all of our people would be keeping the commandments of God. If we love them. That's a small commandment, but it's mighty. But because our people don't keep it, what do you see going on in society? Nobody knows who God is, nor how to love him. They don't know how to be the example as to what he wants us to do. They're not raising their kids, their families. They're not loving their women or their kids. The music that we hear today downgrades each other. You know what I'm saying? Every time you turn on the radio, you hear somebody talking about shoot that brother, shoot that man. Sell this, sell that. Put this on, put that on. Do whatever you want to. Live it up. It's on. What they say, you only live once. YOLO. One commandment would have changed all. Just as that man, if he laid down with him, he had to marry. Guess what? Now he would be more responsible as a man. And she would have to respect each other first. Because I know now I got to stay with this woman for the rest of my life. And vice versa with the woman. Now y'all gonna start checking real hard to see if that's the person I want to lay down with, rather than just trying to have a good time. So if you do that diligent research upon each other, then we will still be together as a nation. But because we are not being taught this, but we're being taught that God's commandments are done away with, we go out into this world listening to what we see on TV and in the music, and we end up destroying ourselves. How many of our people graduate high school, go out into the world to find themselves? Meaning they're going out into the world lost. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what they want to do with themselves. Go out, I'm going to go to college and give me a degree. To get a job so I can make some money. To do what? That's the American dream. Our people, we don't know what's going on. So we bring that up one more time in 1 John 5.
Book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
They are not hard to keep. So if we love him, we're going to search out the scripture to find out what his commandments are. Because he gave us commandments in the very beginning. Now, we went all the way around the block to show you that one simple commandment, to show you that this is how you love God. Now, who were the commandments given to? That is the question. Everybody reads the Bible. Everybody says they love God. You just found out how to love him. But who did he give his commandments to? Now, when a man is trying to show you that he loves you, he's showing interest in you. And you telling him the things that you like, that you want to do. You're not telling every man that walk around, right? You're telling him to one specific man that you're interested in, that you like. Same thing with the Lord. He chose one nation of people in the Bible. You know that?
Oh, his commandments not for everyone.
You're a smart sister. Paying attention. Now, knowing that, who were those commandments given to?
You asking Christians?
Christians. His people. You know who his people are. You know, reading the Bible, that it's a chosen people, correct? You ever heard that? If not, it's okay. Never heard that. We didn't hear it either. We went to church all our life. Never knew that the Bible was actually written to one nation of people. Even though anybody can read it, the Bible is only written to one nation of people. That blew my mind when I found it. How in the hell I've been going to church all this time and I ain't know that? When I heard it, I was like, man, you lying to me. But when they proved it to me over and over and over and over again, I was like, wow, something's up. I got to seek this out. I got to find out what's actually going on. What we're going to do now is show you who the Bible is actually written to.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 44. And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel.
Before who?
Before the children of Israel.
Moses gave the law, statutes, and commandments in the wilderness to the children of Israel. You heard it?
I never heard of it.
The children of Israel. Those are God's chosen people. Read it one more time.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 44. And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel. Verse 45. These are the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Moses spake unto the children of Israel after they came forth out of Egypt.
See that? Came out of Egypt. We are those same people that were with Moses, whether you want to believe it. We can prove that as well. Through the scriptures, through the Bible, and through what you see in today's society. So we let you know that Deuteronomy was written to the children of Israel. The laws, statutes, and commandments were given to the children of Israel by Moses in the wilderness. We are the same people that were enslaved in Egypt. Prior to the Most High, he sent Moses to save us out. Moses is an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. But he sent Moses to save us. We came out after we plagued Egypt, or after the Lord plagued. We went across the Red Sea into the wilderness. Now Moses got his people, the Lord's people, in the wilderness. And he's teaching them the law, statutes, and commandments like that, to make them different, to change their mindset from being in Egypt, to make them a special people. All right? Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
So what makes it different from Egypt?
What makes it hard? You had Deuteronomy 10. Sister asked a question, I mean, she thinks about it. All praises to her. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Verse 1. 46.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken.
So this is still in the book of Deuteronomy. Moses is telling the children of Israel. Read it again.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
if we do not listen to the voice of the Most High God,
observe to do all his commandments.
all is well.
All his commandments.
All is well, see? If we don't listen and apply his commandments,
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these curses
shall what?
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, is a curse a good thing or bad? Bad. Now we get somewhere. So we understand right here, we start reading that verse, that Moses said if we don't keep the Most High's commandments, that we will be cursed. All right, so go to verse 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign,
Those curses will be upon his people for a sign
and for a wonder,
and for a wonder,
and upon thy seed forever.
and upon our seed forever. Now, that sign on the side of that building right there, what is it? Hotel what? Indian. Now, how would you know what to call that building if that sign wasn't there? You wouldn't. Just like the sign on the side of that little cart right there, say U-Haul. You got First Avenue, you got 20th Street. What do signs do? They identify. So the Lord said the curses would be on the children of Israel for a sign for a wonder. And what else?
And a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Upon our children, our seed forever. So the curse would be on top of the children of Israel to identify who they are in the last days. I'll show you an example of the curse. Go to 28:15, 16. Deuteronomy 28:16. Because we read earlier in Deuteronomy 28:15 that we would be cursed for not keeping his commandments. So you got Deuteronomy 28:15 all the way to 68. A list of specific curses that are placed upon the Israelites to identify them in the last days as the new day. You see how many curses that is? From 15 to 68. Let me show you one. Tell me if that's true or not.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Cursed shall they be in the city. Any city you go to in the world, who is living in the worst condition? Who is living in the projects, the ghettos, the slums? Is the Arab man living in the slums? What about the Chinese man? What about the East Indian man? You see that? But who will you find in them? Will you find a so-called black man and woman? What about the Hispanic man and woman? Who's living on reservations around the United States? Would that be the American Indians? Then they come over here and take their land and put them on reservations? Think about it. The Lord said what? You got one more time?
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall it be in the field. Now, like I said earlier, any city you go to in the world, not just in the United States, in the world, our people gonna be living in the worst condition. They'll be cursed. The Lord said you're gonna be cursed in the city. Every time you turn on the news here in Birmingham, who you see being gunned down? It was 3 brothers put the devil to death.
You was
Who you see being gunned down?
But it's American vibe. It's like, I know who was like to hide.
Exactly. And when the last time you turned on the news and seen Chinese on Chinese crime, Japanese versus Japanese crime here in America?
Not good.
You're not going to turn on the TV. You're not going to see the Arab man shooting and glancing another Arab man. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see the East Indians man. But you will turn on the news every day in every city seeing us kill each other. You will turn on the news or drive through the bad areas in every city, in every country, in every continent in the world and see our people living in the worst condition. We got the worst education in every city. We got the worst foods, restaurants, grocery stores. Everything is the worst around us. But the Lord said you will be cursed in the city and in the field. Now, what month is this? What are they line that up with? Black History. Now, during Black History Month, what is one of the things that they show us about our history, about our past? What happened to us? Slavery. Did that happen to anybody else? Did that happen to the Chinese man? Japanese, Arab, East Indian, so-called white man? Did they ever have to go and get put on ships to come work in tobacco fields, sugarcane fields, see their cotton fields? They never had to do those things. We did, and if we didn't do it the way they wanted us to, what would happen to us? We would get beat, raped, robbed, burned alive in front of our people. The Lord said, you're going to be cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Did we get paid for any of that labor that we did in those fields? See this? It's no coincidence. The Lord said those curses would be upon his people for a sign. For a sign to identify who they were. Because whether or not you know who you are, they know exactly who we are. That's why they strive so hard to keep us dumbed down when we don't know. That's why they say don't read the Bible. It was written by so-called white. Don't keep the commandments. God said they done away with. because they know who we are, and they know that our strength is in this book. It's not in the weight room. It's not with a college degree. It's not how many shakes and smoothies you drink. Our power lies in the Bible. Because when we know who we are and what we're supposed to be doing, then we begin to take over this world. But they know if we find that out, it's over for them. Because that's also prophecy that's written in the Bible. At the moment that the children of Israel stand back up, that's when we will be saved. Not everybody. We will be saved. And this earth that we live in right now will be flipped right side up. But right now, as it is right now, it's upside down. And why is that? Because we as a nation of people don't know who we are. So the Lord reads and tells us in Psalms 85, because we don't know who we are, we walk in darkness. Therefore, all the courses of the earth are out of course. Meaning everything is flipped upside down. Because the earth was created for us. And that's written in the Bible. I ain't making this up. It's written in the Bible. We're going to show you. Bring it up. Let me get Psalms 83. And let me get Psalms 82 and 5. I'll show you right here. Then we're going to get 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and 54. But the Bible is, how do I put it? It's a mystery book. Now, the majority of our lives, we've been taught to just read it straight up and down, just like a regular book, like a novel. But when you read it, the Lord said, when you keep my commandments, I will give you the understanding that's needed, so that you can connect the dots. For instance, when you read in Genesis, the Lord said, I hated man, or it repented that he created man, because his thoughts in his heart were continually evil. Now, how would you know what the heart is in the Bible? Just from reading that sentence. You would have to connect the dots. This is a mystery book, a book of mystery. Today, if I ask you what your heart is, you're going to do this, right? But the Lord said the thoughts of man in his heart was continually evil. So the Lord is saying your heart is your what? Mind. That's where your thoughts come from. See that? It's precepts that you got to connect the dots with to get an understanding of the book. You see that? But I'm going to show you why these other nations don't want us to know who we are. So we understand that you got to love the Lord by keeping his commandments. But he gave his laws to one nation, which are the Israelites. All right? And if we did not keep those commandments, we would be cursed. It showed you that we, as a nation of people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, are those cursed Israelites who have been scattered around the world and have been cursed in cities and fields all around the world. Now I'm going to show you why. Bring it up.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, and verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
This is King David. He's the one that wrote Psalms. He said what?
For lo, thine enemies.
Thine what?
Thine enemies.
Our enemies, read.
Make a tumult.
Angry gathering, protest, read.
And they that hate thee.
Then what?
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Now they have become prideful. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have what?
They have taken crafty counsel.
Crafty counsel, secret meetings. They always having meetings. If you know anything about the other nations, they always having meetings. Right or wrong. They always having meetings. They have a management meeting, an upper management meeting every day, supervisor, manager meeting, team leader meeting. They always having meetings every day.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Crafty counsel, just like the music we listen to. We don't own record labels. We don't own radio stations. But for some odd reason, our music is the only music that comes out that degrades our women. Degrades the men. Tell the men to kill each other. Tell the women to dress slutty, whoever they want to. Our music is the only music that does it. Somebody's behind it. Somebody's profiting off of it. You got a few rappers or a few singers that profit off of it. But who profiting for real off of it? Who owns the record labels? Who owns the arena that people are performing in? It's not us. Somebody who benefits out of our destruction. So they have taken crafty counsel. Who feeds us fried foods every day? Why is that the only thing in our neighborhood? Why you ain't got a Whole Foods in our neighborhood? Why we ain't got a Sprouts in our neighborhoods? You got Walmart though, when the food go bad in 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we don't even have Walmart.
But all over the world is like this. Wherever we live, we're gonna have the worst of everything. You that against me?
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Against who?
Against thy
I
people.
think you said all people.
Against thy people.
Against the Lord's people. These other nations have taken crafty counsel against us.
And consulted against the hidden one.
Uh-huh.
They have said, come and let us cut them off.
Let them what?
Come and
Let us cut them off
From what?
from being a nation.
From what?
From being a nation.
Now, if I was to ask you what nation you from, what would you say? See, if you really knew, it wouldn't have been hard for you to say. You would say it just like that. But if I asked you what color shirt you got on, what you would tell me? See that? But no thinking, you automatically knew. But because we don't know, the majority of our people don't know, it means something is up. Something is up. For us to not know who we are. We say we African Americans, we say we Negroes, we say we blacks, we say we colors. What is it? Everybody should know who we are. But these nations, they have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy hidden one.
Uh-huh.
They have said, come and let us cut them off
Let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Israel,
That what?
That the name of Israel,
What nation she from?
that the name of Israel
That the nation of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
no more in remembrance. These other nations try their damnedest. They put billions of dollars into working to keep us dumbed down, keep us blinded to who we are. They turn us away from our school. They turn us against each other. What's the saying? Unity is power. United to power. When we unify, we got power. They know that. So what's the main thing? Zero shepherd. Keep us divided. Take the man, the husband out of the household. Watch this. Doing our job.
just like they say, they try to keep us.
Good point, man. They try to divide us every chance they get. Because they know when we unite, it's over for them. Even the guy who was the leader of the FBI, what is J.L. Mahoo? He said the worst thing that can happen is for us, for a black man to unite. You can look that up. It came out of his mouth. Saying the worst thing that can happen is for the Negro man to unite. So what do you think their practice or what their aim was to keep us divided? Like Brother Red, these other nations have taken crafty counsel to make sure that our nation, our name does not exist anymore. That's why when you say Israel, everybody like, huh? Nah, I ain't got it. Nah, that ain't me. Me and his brother was out doing the work the other night. Talked to his sister. Here you go, sis. Take a fly. Check it out when you get an opportunity. She looked at it. Oh no, I ain't no Israelite. Okay, sis, calm down.
Dang.
You are an Israelite, but if you're not an Israelite, then what are you? I'm a nigga. And went on in the restaurant.
Dang.
That blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. Really out there.
Book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 5. They know not.
They know what?
They know not.
We as a nation of people, we don't know what we doing or what's going on.
Neither will they understand.
Neither will we understand what.
They walk on in darkness.
We what?
They walk on in darkness.
Darkness, not understanding who we are. What's going on in this world. All we doing is chasing money. Men chasing women, women chasing men. We don't know what's going on. Read.
All the foundation of the earth.
All what?
All the foundation of the earth.
Some of it, brother.
All the foundations of the earth
Everything in this earth is what?
are out of course.
They out of order.
Are out of course.
Are out of order. See that? Everything in this world is out of order. How can this be the land of the free when you got to pay for everything? How can this be a land of opportunity when there's so many homeless folks around? They got more money than any other country on the planet, but yet it's still there's homeless folks out there. So how in the hell can this be the land of opportunity? How is it that a man can lay down with another man and get married? But they say in God we trust. That's a land of confusion. This world is upside down. Why? Because the children of Israel so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are out of order. We don't know who we are, and these other nations have come together to destroy us, to divide us. And that's written in the Bible that nobody wants to read about. You will never go in these churches and hear the truth about the Bible. Never. That's why the Lord commands us to go out to the highways and byways. Let me get that right quick. Luke 14:23. Luke 14:23.
The book of
Why
Luke.
do you think the disciples had to go out into all nations? Let me read Deuteronomy 4:27. Why did the disciples have to go out to all nations? Was it to preach the gospel to everybody when it was only given for one nation of people, 12 tribes, or the nation of Israel? Bring it out, King.
Luke chapter 14 and verse 23.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges.
Out to the what?
Go out into the highways and hedges.
For what?
And compel them.
And what?
And compel them
Command his people to what?
to come in.
To do what?
To come in.
To come in.
That my house may be filled.
Now, growing up, I don't know if you had that luxury or not, but when we was coming up, when the street light come on, it's time to come home. You know what I'm saying? We outside playing, doing what we wanted to do, so we thought the street light came on and we wasn't at home, it was a problem. So the Lord said, go out to the highways and byways and bring my people in. It's time to come home. The light is on. That's what the scriptures read. What he said, I had come into the world to give them light. Let your light shine. That's what he talking about. Show them the way. A.O.I, Christ, he showed us the way, how to live, how we supposed to serve the Most High, how we supposed to fulfill his will, his need. But he only came for his people. But the world will tell you outside of the Bible that he came for everybody. They would also tell you that he looks like, they would also say that your Messiah looks like this. That ain't in the Bible though. That's nowhere in the Bible. But everybody got that image in their head. That ain't nowhere in the Bible. Is this in the Bible?
What?
Is this image in the Bible? Who is this?
I feel like I've seen that top left and bottom left one.
Who it look like to
Bibles
you?
that are circulated, but I'll be honest, I never read it through, so.
Okay. Okay.
Who's the one on the top right?
It's Jesus, ain't it?
Sure looks like it.
It was. Sure looks like it. Exactly. See that? But have you ever read that? You ever seen that in the Bible? It's not in there. So the question is, why is this image in everybody's mind? Why is it when you get down on your knees to pray, that's what pops in your head? Why is it every movie that you see regarding the Bible, you see this image all the time? Passion of the Christ, 10 Commandments, the disciples, the apostles. Why do you always see this image? It's not in the Bible. I need somebody to give me some answers. Somebody made it up. They created an image. Do you know that that's actually biblical for that to happen? Let me get that in Wisdom of Solomon.
Is that like a rendering, or what's the?
These things,
Where's
these
the
images,
source? Where's the source of the
it's
top right?
everywhere. Type it in on your phone. This guy's name is Caesar Borgia. This was actually Caesar Borgia. This guy actually lived, and he was the Pope. I mean, the son of a Pope, who made this image of his son, who died at a young age, to be a king that people would bow down to. See that? Caesar Borgia. You can look it up on your phone right now, see? And you'll see these same exact images, which was made by Michelangelo, or Leonardo da Vinci.
Same background story, or?
Same story. They even had a series, a TV series on Showtime called The Borgias. It was on Showtime regarding this image and who this guy was. He died at a young age.
But I had never heard.
Exactly. They're not gonna put that news out there. Because if you put it out there, that's gonna discredit this image. You see that? Why would they want to destroy this image when everybody bows down to it? It's in all the churches.
I feel like history's been rewritten a few times, you know?
Exactly. Bring it out, kid.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Yes, sir. The one where it say his son died of a untimely, well, father of mourning. He was a
The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 15. For they counted all the idols of the heathen.
The what?
All the idols of the heathen.
All the idols, the gods of the heathen.
To be gods.
To be what?
To be gods.
To be gods. Now the heathen in the Bible, the Gentiles in the Bible, are referring to the people that are outside of the nation of Israel. Those individuals who are not part of the 12 tribes, the Lord calls them heathens. You are not a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American. You will be considered a heathen, according to the Bible. And those same people who are considered to be heathens were the same ones that we read about in Psalms 83 who are in cahoots against us to keep us dumbed down and destroyed as a nation of people. Read it out.
Come. The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, and verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
What?
For a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
This man's father was afflicted with the death of his son, an untimely mourning. His son died at an early age. From wickedness that he was sleeping around with other men, and he slept with his sister. Do the research. I don't expect you to believe everything I'm saying. I'm putting these things out there so you can go research it yourself. Seize your boy's ear. You know?
For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he have made an image.
What?
And we made an image.
An image
of his child.
Of his what?
Of his child.
Of his child. Read.
Soon taken away.
Who was soon taken away. Read.
Now honored him.
Now what?
Now honored him.
As a what?
As a God.
As a what?
As a God.
As a God. This is what our people honor. But this image was created from another man's death. Read on.
Which was then a dead man.
Which was then a dead man.
And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
Read on.
Verse 16. Thus in process of time.
In process of time, read.
In a godly custom.
In ungodly custom, read.
In a godly custom grown strong was kept as a law.
As a law to serve this image. When you look into history, when the conquistadors came over here, they put this image on a pole and made the Latinos and Hispanic, our brothers and sisters who were already on this side of the earth, they made them bow down to this image.
Or die.
Or die, basically. Lay down, get down, and lay down. Read it again.
Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law. Engraven images.
And what?
Engraven images.
The white image of Mary, what it is, Mother Mary, white angels. Right.
White apostle.
White apostle. White God, Adam and Eve, white reed.
Engraven images were worshipped. By the commandments of kings.
By the commandments of kings. Not the commandments of God, but the commandment of kings who had rulership. This man was somebody's son who died, and his father made an image and made people bow down to this image. And you can do the history, who made the drawings of Christ. Just type that in, you'll find out Leonardo da Vinci did so. And what do you see today? Our people wearing this emblem around their neck. Jesus piece. All the rappers wearing it. Kanye, Jay-Z, all the rappers was wearing this idol, this charm around their neck. Why they got the white man around their neck? You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. But because our people were forced to bow down and celebrate this by a custom of kings, now it's rooted in our minds. Every time we get on our knees, we thinking and praying to the Most High, and we thinking of this image. When we say we saved, we thinking about this image. That ain't nowhere in the Bible. Now it is the Son of God. He is in the Bible, but he don't look like this. I'm gonna show you what he looked like. Check it out. And matter of fact, before we get to bring this out right quick, just to show you another way of how this became this image. Because yes, he made an image, but why would they create that image? Because they read our history book. The Bible is our history book. I'll show you that. Bring that.
First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
They laid open our law when they were taking over when we were fighting against the Greeks. Wherein the heathen
had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
They laid open our Bible. They read our story, so they started painting their own images.
Right. Read. They brought also the priest's garments, and the first fruit, and the tithe, and the Nazarite they stirred up.
So they laid open our history book, the Bible, read who our Messiah was, and they started changing the image. Contrary to what most people believe, the Bible used to have pictures in it. If you go over to Russia right now, you type it in on your phone right now, Russian icons, they will show you black images of our people in the Bible, in a museum over there. Who know about it? Even the Catholic priest know about it. The Pope knows about it. He bows down and prays to a black Jesus. All you gotta do is do a little research. But it's in the Bible that our Messiah is a black man. And a dark-skinned man at that. We're gonna show you this.
Precept, okay.
All right?
Book of Job, chapter 9, and verse number 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The what?
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Job is telling us that this earth that we live in right now has been given into the hand of the wicked. Now, why do you think that happened? Why is this earth being ran by the wicked? We gave you the answer earlier. You said the courses of this world, the order of this world is out of course, is out of order because who was out of order? His people. We are. All praises, you listen. So this world is out of order. We are the righteous. We are the good. We're supposed to be ruling and running this world. But because we didn't want to keep the commandments, those high scriptures of the power, put us on the bottom. Now he said, I'm going to give this earth into the hand of the wicked. And these individuals going to paint their own story. I'm going to show you what Christ actually looks like in the Bible.
Let me keep reading.
Okay.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He do what?
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces of our judges. Christ is one of the judges. He's going to be the main judge at the end. Judging the nations. But they did what? Painted his face and changed who he is. They covered the face of the judges. And if it ain't them, then who is it? Because ain't nobody else claiming to be Christ but the so-called white man. He's the only one. He's the only one in the Bible that God actually hates. He's going to wipe him off the planet. That's biblical. That's actually written in the Bible as well. The other nations, they're going to be serving us. But the white man, he's going to be served, and then he's going to be annihilated, obliterated off this planet. That's biblical. But, there's some more on it.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
If it ain't him, then who is? Now we're going to show you what Christ actually looks like according to the Bible. Bring it up.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 13.
Starting at verse 1.
Verse 1.
Revelation, the last book in the Bible.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servant things which must shortly come to pass, and he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bare record of the word of God.
Who did what?
Who bear record of the word of God.
So he's going to tell us what he seen and what he heard. He bear record of the word of God. Read.
And of the testimony of Jesus Christ.
And the what?
And of the testimony of Jesus Christ.
And the testimony. I'm going to show you, and he's going to describe to you what he looked like. You know?
And of all things that he saw.
All things that he saw. So he's going to explain to us in Revelation the scripture, things that he's seen and things that he heard about the testimony of Christ. You know?
Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man,
Christ, read.
clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So he's describing a man that got on a garment down to his foot. Read.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
He had on a golden belt. Just like them, what you call them, the wrestlers. They got them big belts on. When you go back in time and look at how our brothers and sisters used to dress, the men had big girdles on to hold their garments on. So Christ had a big golden girdle on. Read.
His head and his hair.
Now we're talking about his facial features. His head and his hair, meaning the hair on his head and the hair on his face. Read.
Were white like wool.
White like what?
White like wool.
wool. Who got woolly hair on this earth? Who got hair like wool? Who? Us. The white man got woolly hair. Chinese man. Japanese man. Arab man. See that? Woolly hair, just like the sheep. You just said, black folks got it. You know?
As white as snow.
As white as snow. What happens to our hair when we get older? Exactly.
And his eyes.
And his what?
And
his eyes.
This man being very descriptive. He's talking about what he had on. He's talking about the hair on his head. Now he's talking about his eyes. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now his eyes is a flame of fire. Now, most people say, what, he had a laser eye? No. The whites in his eyes get red just like our eyes get red. When we pissed off, when we drink wine. Now, what was Christ's first miracle? What did he do? Turn water into wine. So they let you know that he drunk wine. Drunk it in moderation. We are supposed to drink in moderation. Another thing, he pissed at the estate of his people, showing us on the Bible. And when he was walking the earth, he was in captivity under the Roman captivity. So his eyes was red. Read.
And his eyes were red, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Mm-hmm. And it's also written in the book of Genesis, chapter 49. Moses was prophesying how Christ would have a flame, or eyes of flame, right? Yeah. Fire, eyes of flame. Read.
And his feet, like unto fine brass.
His what?
And his feet.
Now he's talking about his feet. He looked at his face. He looked at his garment. Now he's looking at the man's feet. This is John the Revelator talking in Revelation. Giving a description of Christ, the Son of Man.
And his feet.
And his feet.
Like unto fine brass.
Fine brass. His feet look like fine brass. What color is brass? Brown. This sister ain't holding no punch. She still on punch. He said fine brass.
As if they burned.
As what?
As if they burned.
As if they had what?
Burned.
Burned. In a what?
In a furnace.
His feet. They were fine brass, but they had been burned. His feet was fine brass like they had been burned in a furnace. Put anything in a furnace and burn it, what color gonna turn? Black. So he was a dark-skinned man, you know?
And his voice.
And his what?
And his voice.
The way he speak.
As the sound of many waters.
The man had bass in his voice. He speak louder than us. When we speak, hey, the room stopped and they started looking who said that. That's how Christ was. He was out there speaking to thousands of people, right? You see that? You got to have a voice of many waters in order to accomplish it. Showing you the physical features of our Messiah, a so-called black man with woolly hair, with a loud voice, whose eyes get red, just like we do. See that? But we will never hear these things, and that's in the New Testament, in the last book of the Bible. Now let me show you in the Old Testament where it describes the same thing that our people have no knowledge of. Bring it out, man. Daniel.
Book of Daniel, chapter 10, and verse number 5. Then I lifted up my eyes.
So this is Daniel speaking, the prophet Daniel, one of our forefathers.
And looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
See that? A green garment. Talking about a man he's seen. Christ, go ahead.
It says loins was girded too, with that gold gold.
Exactly.
Verse 6. His body also was like the beryl. And
Beryl is color green. Beryl is green. It's a stone, but it's a color that stone is green. Read.
And his face as the appearance of lightning.
Now his face shine. Now when you read in Exodus, when Moses went up to Mount Sinai to get the commandments, he came down and his face was shining. Why? Because he was in the presence of God. You see that, to get the commandments. His face was on. So this is the same thing talking about Christ. He had the same spirit for the Most High on him. His face shined like light. He had ultimate understanding. Was there more?
His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire.
And his eyes like what?
And his eyes as lamps of fire.
Once again, the same description in Daniel in the Old Testament. The same thing that's written in Revelation in the New Testament. Describing who Christ is and what he looks like. But when we get outside of the Bible, they say, hey, color doesn't matter. Well, if color doesn't matter, why everybody got this image? Even the Arab man, even the Chinese and Japanese man got this image in their head, but they say color don't matter. If it didn't matter, why is this image out? Why this image ain't out? This is a better depiction. Not that we saying that that's him, but that's a better depiction. A dark-skinned man with white woolly hair with red eyes. Why that image ain't everywhere? Why you ain't never heard that? All the years I went to church, I never heard the description of Christ broken down to me, or even read to me for that matter. I never heard anything about the Israelites. All I heard was John 3:16. God love everybody. For those who call on his name shall be saved. That's all I heard. God loves everybody. That ain't in the Bible. He didn't come for everybody. He came for his people. That's right. You see that? You spent, 10, 15 minutes of your time with us? And we done gave you some knowledge, some things to think about, to go home with, to say, damn, is that true? Did my brothers come out to the highways and byways to give me truth tonight? Did the Lord turn me around when I had my vision to go in that way? He turned me around to come get this word, to get this truth. That would be up to you. Our job is to learn for our brothers and sisters, to give it back. Because our job is to wake our brothers and sisters up. Like we read earlier in Luke 14:23. Go out to the highways and byways, go get my people and bid them that they come in, and my house may be filled. Our job is to go out and go get out, wake them up and bring them back home. Night out, people get out.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into the corners anymore.
They ain't gonna be in no churches. The true prophets of the Lord, they ain't gonna be in no churches. The Lord told us come out to the highways and byways. They ain't hit the streets. Right. Where the people are. Why we hiding behind walls waiting on you to come in to give us money for me to talk to you? That mean I don't really give a damn. I mean you gotta pay me to get an answer. And then when I give it to you, it's gonna be a lie. You ain't gonna be able to tell the difference. Right. Because you ain't gonna do no reading. You're gonna listen to what I say. Because I'm the one that got the big building, so you'll listen to me. But you got brothers that's out on the street. Who the hell are they? What knowledge do they possibly have? That's the same thing that the Pharisees and the Sadducees said about the disciples. Who are they? They ain't got no training. Ain't the niggas from Galilee? That's what they said. Read the book of Acts. Who are these Negroes?
Is this not the carpenter's son?
Right. Forget about Christ. Right. Who are the Negroes? Christ would walk around in the street, in the hills, by the lakes, by the rivers, teaching the people. He went into the synagogue time after time, but majority of the time he was in the street teaching his people. Yeah, for sure.
Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
But thy eyes shall what?
But thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Now we were sitting behind the doors of that church, the walls of that church, you don't ever see the teachers. The Lord said the eyes don't see the teachers. See that? How the Lord break down things that's plain for our people to understand. But we don't read the Bible. We go by what pastors say. We say, hey, I go to church, I get my tithes, I'm good. Meanwhile, we being more destroyed day in and day out, not knowing who we are and what we're supposed to be doing. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And thy ears shall hear a word behind thee.
And your ears gonna hear you saying what?
Saying, this is the way.
This is what?
This is the way.
This is the way.
Walk ye in it.
Walk ye in it. Your eyes gonna see your teaching. Your ears gonna hear the way you're supposed to walk and move.
Right.
This is the way. Walk ye in it. So if you love God, you'll do what, sis? Keep his commandments. All praise. Clap it up for us. Now the real question is, what are his commandments? We already spoke about one at the very beginning. I'm going to show you another one that you don't understand or know nothing about. Leviticus 11:7.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse number 7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
The swine, you know.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
He is what?
He is unclean to you.
Lord said if the pig is unclean to us. Now, have we been taught these things? Be honest, sis. We go to
You
church,
hear it, but like,
we ain't being taught this. I mean, we go to school for 12 years. From kindergarten, 13. From kindergarten to 12th grade. Not one time do they say they can't eat. Not one time.
Better yet, they serve it to you every day.
Right.
Like they had pizza in school every day.
Right.
Pepperoni pizza.
And then if you hear it, they'll associate you as a Muslim.
Right.
See that? The Lord said, read it again.
Verse Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
So it said, though he be cloven footed, you got the attributes, the foot style of a clean animal. Where it go around and it got the little split in it. Like that. Got a split in it, like a clean animal, like a deer. But he don't chew the cud, meaning he don't chew and regurgitate his food. A cow does that. You know a cow got two stomachs? A cow got two stomachs, will chew and regurgitate the food. Make sure it's clean before it swallows it on down. See that? Same thing with a deer. Eat clean foods. You know what I'm saying? But they say the pig don't chew the cud. They don't do that. They don't eat clean foods. You know?
Verse number 8. Of their flesh shall you not eat.
Of their what?
Of their flesh shall you not eat.
So I can't eat pork chop?
Of their flesh shall you not eat.
I can't eat baby back ribs?
Of their flesh shall you not eat.
I can't eat pepperoni?
Of their flesh shall you not eat.
What about ham, man?
Of their flesh shall you not eat.
See that? The Lord said we're not supposed to eat. Read.
And their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
Hey, what?
They are unclean to
Nah,
you.
bro, all I gotta do is pray over it.
They are unclean to you.
Maybe put vinegar on it.
They are unclean to you.
See that? The Lord said it's unclean to them. Who is he talking to? The children of Israel. The nation of Israel. Mount Zion. His chosen people. He's saying, telling them, Moses is telling them, by the Spirit of the Lord, don't eat this. Now they feed it to us as part of their crafty counsel. Because everywhere that we go, they selling us pig. Every restaurant you go to, pig. Every grocery store you go to, pig. And our people will say, well, we've been eating it all this time, it's good eating. But they ain't been paying attention to what's actually going on in our neighborhoods and in our society and in our families. Are we living to be 100 years old? No, we dying younger and younger. Our people slumped over, back, messed up. They can't walk because they got gout. Everybody on high blood pressure medicine. They have heart attacks out there. Why? Because we eating the wrong foods. That's one of them. What's going on, King?
How's it going, man?
How you doing?
Doing pretty good. We got a few questions.
All right. You know about the swine, brother?
I don't eat no swine, but
All praise. All praise. Why not?
because it's unclean.
See that?
It's nasty.
See that? Now, all of
There
our
are
people should know that.
diseases and all that stuff. A pig is gross. They eat doo-doo, they eat you.
We used to eat it too soon. But that's before we knew anything.
You can just Google that.
See that?
It ain't no secret.
Everybody's supposed to know this, though. Especially our people. The nation of Israel.
everything is good.
Yeah, all that stuff. Eat dead stuff. Bottom feeders, all of it.
See
Hey,
it?
if I may say something. Yeah, and like brother said, you can find pork in the grocery store.
Yeah.
You can find it in the restaurants, pizza places, and you're also gonna find that pork in your churches too.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Might be against it.
But it's being served in the church.
Right.
Sausage, biscuit,
Right.
bacon, egg, and cheese. You don't know that,
They
kid.
had those like men conferences and women conferences. They had those breakfasts in the church. They served pork, shrimp, all kind of different stuff.
You might as well eat a possum, a rat, same thing.
Right.
They eat the same stuff.
So we learning tonight that children of Israel are not supposed to feed swine. Read.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters,
Now I'm talking about what we can eat that's in the water. Read.
whatsoever hath fins and scales.
So it will have what?
Whatsoever hath fins and scales.
You gotta have what?
Fins and scales.
What is it?
Fins and
If it
scales.
come out the water, you gotta have what?
Fins and scales.
So if it come out the water, sis, what it gotta have on it? Fins and scales. Now,
Right.
do shrimp have fins and scales? What about crab?
Catfish.
Catfish?
Bottom feeder.
Lobster? Calamari? Oysters? You see that? So can we eat those things? We're going to show you. Read on.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the water, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales, in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be an abomination unto you.
They shall what?
They shall be an abomination unto you.
I got a question, brother. I don't mean to interrupt, but I got a quick question. Who was salvation for?
Who's the Israelites?
Only Israelites, though?
Right.
Okay.
Only the Israelites. Once we finish showing the sister there, I'm going to show you that.
Okay.
See that? Sirach 15:13. Let me get Matthew 15:20.
Book of Sirach.
15 and 13. So you just learned that you can't eat swine, pork.
Oh, no.
Neither can we eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. It's not hard as you think.
Ow.
Now, it said in order for us to eat it and it come out of the water, it gotta have what? Now, name me some fish that got fins and scales.
Whiting fish.
Bass, whiting, what else?
My favorite.
Who?
Said my favorite. Whiting fish.
Got flounder,
Yeah.
Salmon.
salmon,
Snap.
snapper,
Tuna.
tuna.
Right. Delta stuff.
You got haddock. You got crab.
Quite a few.
You got over 100 fish. Over 100 fish that got fins, skins and fins. Excuse me, scales and fins. So it's a lot that you can replace abominations with.
That's right.
With good food. Let me
That's
show you
good.
what the Lord said about them abominations.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 13. The Lord hateth all.
what?
The Lord hateth.
The what?
The Lord hateth
The Lord hated.
all abominations.
So when we eat this, he said this is an abomination. The Lord said, if you eating that, he hates you.
And that has never changed.
See that? Read on.
And they that fear God
And they that fear him, that love him,
love it not.
they love it not. You love the Lord. This right here, that's something easy for you to turn away from. Because just to show you in reality, I mean, in your world, in our world, these things is just like putting the wrong fuel in your engine. Now, you got a car, drive. All right, when you drive in a car, you got to put a
I'm
certain
gonna catch
type
y'all
of
next time, man. I got delivery, man.
Okay, King. When you're driving a vehicle, you're supposed to put a specific type of fuel in it.
Here you go, brother.
Right? You got what, you're 87, you're 89, you're 93. Now, if you take a car and go put some kerosene in it, what are you going to do? You're going to tear the engine up. Put diesel in that car, it's going to tear the engine up. This is diesel, kerosene to our engine. And it's destroying our body. That's why people be 40 and 50 years old, slumped over, stuck up in the hospital, dying early. They be eating the wrong foods. And when you try to tell them that they're supposed to be eating what's wrong and what's right, they're looking at you like you're crazy. They will only listen, majority, unless the doctor tells them. And then when you get to the doctor, it's damn near too late. You're having a heart attack, your blood pressure through the roof, your head pounding. The Lord trying to tell you, your body is telling you you're supposed to be eating this. Now, just to prove furthermore what we're talking about is real, take a couple days off from eating this. And if you try it again, I seriously encourage you not to. But if you take a week off and go back and eat it again, see if you don't have your head hurt. That's going to let you know you ain't supposed to be eating carbs. That's an indication your body's saying, Nick, what the hell you doing? Didn't they tell you ain't supposed to be eating it? Didn't the Lord tell you ain't supposed to be eating it? And what the book gonna tell you? What's going on?
Y'all got a minute for God's word, bro?
Y'all got word?
Y'all
Y'all know the
got
word?
the word of God, man.
Oh, yeah.
Come hear the word of God.
These brothers know.
It's going into you.
Yeah, we gonna come back and holler at y'all in a minute.
Get a fly for y'all leave. Get a fly. So we learning that we ain't supposed to be
How
eating.
you know that? I know that.
Huh?
How you
You
know
turn
that?
around. When the Lord said turn around, you turn around. You knowledge, man. Read his word.
Man, you know ain't the first word man told me. Ain't more than one people told me that.
Yeah. Why he didn't know that all? Because we got other people trying to turn us away from who we are. That's why we got to come out here and do this way. See that? Now you spend 15 minutes of your time one day, you can learn more probably than we learn in the church our whole life. About who you are. You see that? I'm talking about who we are as a people. I ain't saying you learn more tonight, but I'm saying you learn you ain't supposed to be eating. You learn you're an Israelite. You learn that your people, our people, have been cursed for not keeping his word. Commandments. You understand that the people who are not Israelites are called what? Heathens, Gentiles, in the Bible. You realize that we got to change. Not according to the world standard, but according to what the Most High said.
So if we change then.
You're going to see a dramatic change in your life. And when you begin to change and be that light you were created to be, you're going to start that wildfire for somebody else. That person, you're going to start waking your brothers and sisters up. That's the only way we're going to get back home. I'm going to ask you this. Where is our homeland? But we all know we came over here on slave ships, but where did we come from? Africa. Sure. You got to do history. You got to do a research, a diligent search on your history. That's the whole message. That's the whole purpose why we come out. We got to wake our brothers and sisters up. Get our Romans 13 ready.
The book of Galatians, chapter 4, and verse 26. But Jerusalem.
Well, what?
But Jerusalem,
Which is above is free, which is the mother of us all.
Just Africa.
which is the mother of us all.
So where's our homeland? Jerusalem. See that? You learn where you from, where your people from. You learn that we cursed as a people for not keeping his commandments. You find out how to love God truly by keeping his commandments. You learn by eating the abominable foods. The Lord hates them. But if you truly love him, you won't eat these things. And you'll save yourself and you'll add on days to your own life. Because you're eating the proper foods. You're not eating the things that's put here to clean the earth and destroy your body, but you're going to eat the things that's going to help build you up. And you're going to help guide your family at the same time. The people that you live around and speak to, they're going to learn from you. So you're going to end up saving your people at the same time. Then you're going to become what they call a hero. You know what I'm saying? Because you are doing the Most High work. Doing it will.
Book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 1. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves.
Let us what?
Let us cleanse
Let
ourselves
us cleanse ourselves
from all filthiness
all filthiness
of the flesh
of the flesh
and spirit,
perfecting
holiness in the fear of God.
the holiness and the fear. You know what it means to be holy? It's to be separate. It's to be different. That's what he claimed, or the Most High wants us to be holy. He told us in Deuteronomy 7:6, thou art a holy people. We ain't like everybody else. That's clear as day. Who else dressed better than us? Who's stronger than us? Who faster than us? Who dance better than us? I can go on. Who cook better than us? Who sing better than us? Who thinks better than us? Nobody. Even though we're on the bottom of society, all around the world, that's part of our curse, our punishment. But we the best. The Lord tell us these things. We'll show you. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Then we'll get to it.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. And it reads, For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
He what?
Hath chosen thee.
He chose us. We didn't choose him.
To be a special people unto himself above all people.
What?
Above all people.
There got to be a mistake, bro. What did it say?
Above all people.
You said we above all people. But we on the bottom of society. We ain't cursed in the city. Cursed in the field. We on the slave ships. We over here, damn, dressing out of order. Men got on dresses. You know what I'm saying? Eating the abominable foods, worshiping idols. We the ones on bottom line. But the Lord said, y'all, the ones I chose, y'all special, y'all holy, and you're above all nations. But we stuck here thinking that we equal to everybody. We trying to fight for equality. And the other nations know we better than them in everything, in every aspect of life. They just don't want to be in our shoes right now. Who going to the beach to get tans to look like us? Same ones that's ruling this world. See that? We don't go to the beach to get no tan. We go there to get the water for a little bit. Stick our toe in there and run back. You know what I'm saying? Get up under the umbrella or something. Right. Get up under the little canopy tent. But we ain't sitting out there sunbathing. We ain't doing it. We already got it.
Right.
See that? The Lord say we special. We chosen.
And they say blood don't crack.
See that? We the cream of the crop. You understand anything that before you leave tonight, the Israelites are special. We are chosen by God. Chosen for what reason? Because he chose us. Read on over.
First, to be a special people unto himself, above all people
Above all people. We gotta start acting that way. Read.
that are upon the face of the earth.
Uh-huh.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
Read.
For you were fewest of all people,
Read.
but because the Lord loved you,
Because what?
because the Lord loved you,
Because the Lord loved us, the children of Israel. Not everybody. Us. He chose us. He created all, but he chose us. Just like you can go to the store and buy as many shirts as you want to, but when you feel like stepping out and being fresh, I choose that shirt. I choose those boots. I choose those earrings. I choose this hairstyle, that hat, that watch. You choose what you want because it's special. Same thing with the Lord. He made all things, but he chose us. The Lord got a favorite flower, favorite animal, favorite land, favorite smell. And he got a favorite people. It just so happen to be us. But we got to wake up and realize who we are. The majority of our people don't know who they are.
But do you know who Adam and Eve was?
Do we know who they were? Yeah. The question is, do you know?
No.
Do you know what they look like? Read that in Genesis chapter 2, very quick. Genesis 2 and 7. Because the world will have us thinking that they look like so-called white folk. That ain't biblical. Bring it out here.
Book of Genesis, chapter 2, and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
Of the what?
of the dust of the
You
ground.
ever seen white dust? White dirt? No. You might see some sand, but you said the dust of the ground. Soil. The digger the further you dig, the darker it gets. He made man of the dust of the ground. So what color was Adam? A man of color. See that? That's in the Bible. Any more questions? It's our job to study this book, to be able to get answers, to build your spirit up, to make change. You know what I'm saying? Seek out the details, seek out your true history, seek out the Bible and see. Matter of fact, let me get Job 8:8. Job 8:8. Job. Oh yeah. Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. All right.
What do you consider your best for these?
Say that again.
What do you consider your best for these?
Where we supposed to be?
Yeah, like, no, what do you consider yourself when you speak to people, like, or you know?
We Israelite, we the prophets, but we your brother as well.
You know, bro. You said a prophet and Israel.
As a nation, we are the nation of Israel. We are Israelites. When we come out and speak, we speak the same things that the prophets of old have spoken.
Appreciate it, King.
Great, great.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2.
And a
a lot.
teacher. You know what I'm saying?
So
Brothers,
could there be women prophets? Or
prophetess.
prophetess?
Well, you had, what's her name?
can't think of her name right now.
So,
Divorce.
yeah, definitely. She was a prophet. But as far as going out teaching and being over men, sister ain't supposed to do it.
I didn't think so.
The book of Job.
8 and 8.
The book of Job, chapter 8
the precept.
and verse 8.
Three.
Ask for the former generation. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age.
The Lord said, I inquire, mean ask questions of the former age.
And prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
And prepare yourself for your history, for the search of your fathers, your forefathers, your foremothers. That's why we got to go back in the Bible and search out our history. Search out the things that were done in time past. How we used to handle business. How we used to dress. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a dietary law, we had ceremonial laws. We got our own holidays. That's actually in the Bible. You know any of them? See that? You know Christmas, Valentine, St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, 4th of July. Those things are not in the Bible. But the Israelites, we have our own feast days, high holy days. We got Passover. We got Day of Simon. We got First Fruits. We got Day of Atonement. We got Blowing of the Trumpets. We got Feast of Tabernacle. Feast of Dedication. Purim. Destruction of Nicanor. We got our own feast days. The new moons. We got the Sabbath days. But we don't know anything about these things. How in the hell everybody got a Bible in their house and we don't know nothing about it? It goes back to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Give me Psalms 119, 114. Nah, Psalms 111, 13. Then we're going to get through 125. Psalms 111 and 2. The reason why people don't know is simple. It's for this reason right here. Bring it up.
The book of Psalms, 111 and 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
First thing you got to do is fear the Lord in order to obtain real wisdom.
A good understanding.
A good understanding, not an okay or subpar, but a good understanding.
Have all that they do his commandments.
Have all they that do his commandments. So when you keep the commandments, you start understanding your history. You start picking up wisdom you never had before. You start changing your life. You start learning about things you're supposed to know about your history. When you keep the commandments. Is that it on it?
His praise endure forever.
His praise endure forever. So when we keep the commandments, we get a great understanding as to what's going on. For instance, this right here is something that should be taught in the churches. Bring it out here.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5.
This is part of our history, our dress code. Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
The who?
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
What you think that's talking about? Hands. Just like that. You see that? You learn, the Lord teaching you, opening your eyes, and you pick that up just like that. A lot of people who we speak to about that, that could be anything.
I'm saying, what that thing like a flute?
They'll come up with all type of us. Oh, what you talking about? Hey, they know exactly what we're talking about. What you trying to learn. So you being sincere with it. The Lord is opening your mind to give you to understand. Start over from the top.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Now what you think that means?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you see this going on today? Put it up. Did you see that going on today?
A lot.
See that? That's a law that we supposed to keep. That's an abomination right there. For a man to be walking around in a dress and a skirt, and for a woman to be dressing in pants. It's out of order. These are the things that we as a nation of people are supposed to be doing. Now, who taught you that you're supposed to wear pants?
Who taught me that?
You wear dresses, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you were going to the restroom, to the bathroom, and it didn't have any words on the door, how would you know which restroom you're going to?
The lady.
How would you know she a lady?
Because
She got on the what?
a girl.
So the woman that got on the dress is considered to be a lady, woman like. She look. Now, I'm gonna ask you another question. Are you humble? Plan on getting married? You said that before. Now, are you gonna walk down the aisle in the dress or in the pants? So why would you put the dress on? You feel like royalty? Special? So let me ask you this. You don't want to feel like that every day? Think about that. So if you want to feel like that every day, you should be dressing the robe. If you want to be treated with respect, you want to be treated like royalty, you got to dress the part. You got to act the part. Makes sense? If you want to be treated like men, you got to act like men. You can't be walking around here in dresses and skirts without wrist robe talking about I'm a man. That's a contradiction. Likewise with a sister. You can't walk around saying I'm a lady, I'm a woman, I'm a wife, but you're dressing like a man. That's another small commandment. But it's something that plagues our community. Why? Because everything is spiritual. Bring this out quite a bit. But a lot of women in today's society, in our nation, wear pants. And they have manly spirits on. We say everything is spiritual. Alright? Women put on pants, they put on manly spirits. That's why our women are getting a man face when they ready to fight him, just like him. And she a nigga. See that? Get up in his face. I'm talking about we done had times where we've been out teaching just like this. And it'll be 5, 10 of us standing here teaching. And a sister come up and try to tell us off basically. She barking order, she got the pants on. She got her act just like a nigga. Because she got on a manly spirit on her pants. And what's the theme that or the message that's actually being pushed today? A woman, I don't need a man. I can do this by myself. That's what a man would say. A woman ain't supposed to be out doing everything on her own. She's supposed to be under her man. The man's supposed to be providing and protecting. But she out there saying, I don't need no nigga, I can do this. I can do bad by myself. That's what a man would be thinking. But if a man had that thought process, that means that he need to be getting his shit together. Excuse the language. If his house ain't where it need to be, he got to change that. He the captain of that ship. See that? Now, if a woman saying I can do bad by myself, that means she's stepping up in a man's work in his position to make those type of decisions. That's out of order. That's what the Lord talking about right there. Read it one more time, King.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
For what?
For all that do so,
When we cross-dress, what?
for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
What?
Are abomination to the Lord thy God.
What we said, what did the Bible say about abomination? The Lord what? He hates abomination. See that? Now, if you truly love him, you'll do what he tells you to do. And it's only going to be beneficial for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, another scientific spot, or really fun fact of the day. When you wear the dresses, you get the ventilation that's required down there. When you wear pants, sometimes your legs chafe, and you get those, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Yeast infection down there. Because the air ain't flowing like it's supposed to. Every woman can attest for this. It wouldn't happen if you were wearing a dress coat. You wouldn't have a dark mark between it if your legs weren't chafing because of the pants. So when you dress properly, you won't have those issues. See it? It's something small, but it means a lot. A man loves a woman, what's the word I'm trying to say? A man loves a woman nothing more than when she in a dress. Why? Because she's in her natural state. She's more feminine. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't do the things that's required because she's in her position, in her role. Right? That's what I was trying to say. Right.
Like, even though, like, say a man go out, you see on movies and hell, when you go out here, when a woman have a dress on, he ready, hey, he might hold a purse for her. Hey, let me help you down the stairs real quick.
Take
You got
the jacket
pants
off.
on, hey, you can do it yourself. You got it.
Right.
You know?
But challenge yourself though. This right here is giving you knowledge so you can challenge yourself and make change in your life. Put on a dress. If you ain't got a bunch of dresses, that's cool. Let's start picking them up. Start buying. It ain't got to be expensive. Get you $5, $10 dress. Every time you get paid or whenever you get some money. But challenge yourself every day of the week. Put that dress on and see you not change physically, spiritually, and mentally. And then see do the people around you change. Men just come out of nowhere and just start opening the door. Here you go, man. Or they start treating you with more respect. Because when you start doing the things that the Lord requires of you, He's going to show you His word is true. So challenge yourself. These are the things that we don't hear or learn about in the church. But like you said, like you about already, you're going to see your teachers. The word that your ears going to hear, this is the way walking in.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Say what?
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
That's furthermore confirmation. Blessed are those that do and keep his commandments. You're going to be blessed. Brothers going to start changing the way they view you. Hey, what's your name? You from around here? Why? Because you make the change. You're beginning to shine as that light will put it in. You get that in Matthew 5.
Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
That's the kingdom. Keep his commandments. That's the only way you're going to get the kingdom. You ain't getting to do what the Christian church says. Just have faith. You got to have both. You got to keep the commandments and have faith. It's just like working at a job. You know that you're going to go to work, but you don't know if they're going to pay you, right? But you have faith that they're going to pay you for the work that you do throughout that week. Same thing you're going to keep his commandments because you have faith that he's going to bless you. That makes sense?
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works.
That they may what?
That they may see your good works.
See your good works. You start changing up, I don't eat that no more. Your face gonna start to glow and shine, and you ain't eating the abominable foods. Really, it's the truth. You start wearing the dress, people gonna see you in another light. They start viewing you and be more respectful towards you because you're doing the things that's required of the Lord. And you blessed them, you know?
Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works.
They may see your good works. Then other people gonna be asking, hey, I like this dress. Where you get that from? Now you giving them advice. You teaching them why you supposed to wear a dress. Now they coming to you because you got knowledge they never heard of. Now you being a light to somebody. Now you helping to lead them back to the Lord. Is that it on this?
And glorify your Father.
And what?
And glorify your Father.
Telling them it ain't about me. I love the Lord, I love my Father. So they're going to start, they're going to lead them to him. Is it more?
And glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Which is in heaven. See that? It's that simple. Keep his commandments and keep the faith in him. That's how you get the kingdom. That's how we wake up our brothers and sisters. Learning who we are, repenting, coming back and keeping his commandments. Believing in him. Knowing our true history. Knowing how great we are. Knowing where we have been, where we are now, and what we got to do to get in the future. Make sense to you? All praise. All praise. So who are we as a nation of people?
Yeah, it's
All praise.
All praise.
What we got to do, sis?
yeah, Jesus coming.
Yeah, what up? Have the what? What else? Have faith. Gotta keep his commandments and have faith. Yeah, he gonna bless you for doing what he tell you to do. See that? All praise. All praise. All praise. That's it. Thank you, sis. Stop.
Appreciate it. Revelation chapter 14 and verse 12. Here's the patience
Here is the patience, the reason why we do what we do. Read.
of the saints.
Of the who?
Of the saints.
We are the saints. Read.
Here are they that keep the commandments of God.
Here are they that what?
Here are they that keep the commandments of God.
And what?
And the faith.
And what?
And the faith
And the faith.
of Yahweh Shah.
Christ. That's our patience. Because we know if we diligently keep these commandments and have faith in them, we will be saved. We gonna get the kingdom. That's what we hope. That's what it's all about. It ain't about seeking this foolishness in this world. Trying to be famous and celebrity. That's foolishness. We need to come together as a nation and keep it first. That's what we do. We gotta come back and unify. That's also a commandment of the Lord. I'm sure you we got to come back together. That's part of our job coming out here. To grab our brothers and sisters. Come back home. Shake them, wake them back up. Romans 13:11. Isaiah 52:1.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Nope.
Gather yourselves together.
What the Lord say?
Gather yourselves together.
What the Lord say?
Gather yourselves together.
Yea, gather together, O nation, not desire.
Gather together, whole nation, not desire. These other people, these other nations, they don't like us. They like what we do for them. They don't like us. The Lord said, gather yourselves together. You've been scattered among everyone. Gather yourselves together. That was the main reason why he sent the disciples out. To wake them up, to bring them back. Because we have been scattered for our disobedience. That's part of the curses. So we got to go out all around the world preaching this truth. Yeah, once it hit the, then once it spreads around the four corners, then shut it in. Christianity already been around the world. That ain't the truth. Then ain't came. This is the truth. We got
Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 1. Awake, awake.
What the Lord say?
Awake, awake.
Awake.
Put on thy strength, O Zion.
Put on these commandments, laws, statutes, commandments. Put the strength back on. Read.
Put on thy beautiful garment.
Put on what?
Put on thy beautiful garment,
Put on the dresses, sister. Put on thy beautiful garments. Read.
O Jerusalem,
Oh, Jerusalem.
the holy city.
The what?
The holy city.
The holy city. We got to fight our way back to our land. Read.
For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
No more abominable foods. No more agreeing with the ways of this world. That's uncircumcised and it's unclean. Eating the wrong foods. Dressing out of order. We got to cut that out. That's why the Lord tells us to awake out of sleep, out of madness. You know?
Shake thyself from the dust.
What?
Shake thyself from the dust.
Shake yourself from the dust. It's just like we in a heavyweight fight right now. Or we out there fighting in the playground at school. Get knocked down, got dirt all over. It says shake yourself from there. You're better than that. You're gonna feel this world. You're better than that. Read.
Shake thyself from the dust. Arise and sit down.
Rise and sit down. What's wrong? What we supposed to do? In the kingdom. Realize who you are and what you're doing in life. Not out here chasing this vain glory. Chasing things that don't matter. We're trying to get our people back so we can get back home. We can live it out. This world ain't trying to teach us these things. This world trying to keep us more and more divided. We're trying to get the hell out of here. Lord willing, we're trying to get out of here. You know? That it?
O Jerusalem, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion.
Held captive there. You said it already earlier. Black History Month, where they show us what they have done to us when we got out from slavery. We're still in captivity. Though we ain't walking around getting our backs beat, we're still in captivity. You can't drive down the street without their permission. You can't leave the country without their permission. You can't do nothing without their permission. So we're still in captivity. Paying taxes to them and everything. We're still in captivity. But it's high time that you awake, sis. Bring it out of Romans 13:11. I'll pass it on. Unless the sister got some more questions. Romans 13:11.
Book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11.
Verse 11. And that knowing the time,
Knowing the time,
that now it is high time
it's high time
to awake out of sleep.
to what?
To awake out of sleep.
That's in the New Testament. Saying awake, awake, awake wake out of sleep, sis. Read.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Salvation is closer than we believe. We ain't the only brothers doing it. This is going on all around the world right now. In every city you can think of, in every country you can think of. This truth is being pushed right now. Tonight is your night. You need to understand it. Proverbs 20:24. But you was headed up that way. Brother say, hey sis, you got time for the word. Lord turns you around. Your mind was going that way, but the Lord had other things. Bring it out. Proverbs 20:24. Show you that that's biblical. What just happened tonight. Read it.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 20, and verse 24. Man's goings is of the Lord.
Man's goings are where?
Man's goings are of the Lord.
Of the Lord. Read.
And the Lord decided his path.
Read that one more time. Proverbs 20:24. Or Proverbs 21:1.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 20, and verse number 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
Your goings, all of our goings are of the Lord. How can we understand our own way? You thought you were going that way. The Lord said, turn around, hear what I got to tell you. Today is your day. Today is your opportunity to learn who you are. What you do from it from here, that's up to you. But you can't say, I didn't know nothing about it. The Lord gave you the answer. He gave you history. He gave you an opportunity to make change. What you do with that from here on, it's up to you. It's up to you. Lord, will you make the right decision? Bring it up, man.
Proverbs 16 and verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way,
A man's heart, meaning his mind.
but the Lord directeth his steps.
So your heart will telling you one thing, but the Lord directed your steps. It's all biblical. So like I said, what you do from here, that's up to you. Well, my name is Ananias, Brother Benaiah, Brother Yakub, A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. Come out, highways and byways, and teach our brothers and sisters. Appreciate you stopping. Got any more questions, feel free. We ain't going nowhere till you go somewhere. If we came out here tonight just for you, to give you this message, all praise to the Most High. But I've been talking for a minute with one of my other brothers teachers. Talk to you. So that's up to you, sis.